Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, let's see how to manage refunds with Odoo 16 accounting module. The refund option can be found inside the accounting module. In the accounting module, we have the vendors menu, and under the vendors menu as a submenu, you have refunds. So from there, you can directly generate refunds, and you have one more option to create a refund, which is inside the purchase module. You go create a purchase order, after that you will create a bill, right? Now after creating a bill and after doing the payment, you have the option to add credit note. So by clicking on add credit note also, you can create a refund. The refunds or the credit notes are generated in situations like where the services are rejected or even the products are returned, and in cases where the delivered products have damages, okay, or is there if there is any kind of mistakes in the invoice or not. Okay, in such situations we'll generate the refund or the credit note. Let's move forward to the module and see how to do this, or how to generate the credit note and how to see the reverse bills and all in the accounting module of Odoo 16. Let's get started. Okay, so now let's get inside the accounting module and see how the refund works. So first of all, let's open the accounting. And inside the accounting, we have a lot of menus here. Under these menus, we have vendors menu, and as the submenu of vendors menu, you have bills and refunds. So here under bills, you can see all the bills which are generated. Okay, so you have different bills. You can see the payment status. Okay, the status of the bill, which is like posted or draft. Then you have the activities, tax excluded, total in currency. You have the bill date, due date, number, vendor, all such things. Okay, and if you want to create a refund, you can directly create it under the vendors menu. So here you have refunds, and from there you can create a refund. So now I'm not going to create a refund directly. We'll come to that. Before that, let's go to the purchase module. Okay, so here's the purchase. And let me create a new RFQ. So I'm clicking on new here. Let's add a vendor here. Now before adding a vendor, let me add a product. So I'll add acoustic block screen. And before moving on, you have to make sure the product has the invoicing policy in received quantity. Not the invoicing policy, we call it the control policy. So let's discard this and go to the products and open the acoustic block screen and check. Okay. So here you can see the product type is storable product. Now go to the purchase tab. Under purchase tab, you have different vendors for the product, and if you just scroll, you can see control policy. It's on received quantities. So the product you are choosing for the refund must be on received quantities. Okay, so you have to make sure the control policy is on received quantities. So I've chosen that one. You have two vendors here. Okay, so you have a vendor called Wood Corner and also Ready Mat. So let's go back to purchase, create a new one. So I'm going to choose Wood Corner here. Okay, and then let's add the product, which is acoustic block screen. Okay, the product is added. Now here you can see automatically the unit price has come, which is 287. So the unit price is 287 because it was set so for the vendor Wood Corner. Okay, so all other things have come, which is the order deadline, the expected arrival. And if you want to ask confirmation before this much days, you can set it from here. Okay, all things are set. Now you have to confirm this RFQ to a purchase order. So I'm clicking on confirm order. Okay, so after confirming the order, you'll get a receipt here. It will become a purchase order. You can see the state has changed to purchase order. Now it has a smart tab called receipt here. Okay, and here you have an active button, which is receive products. Now let's go and receive the products. Clicking on receive products. Now you have the product here. Okay, so the demand quantity is 1 and the done quantity is this much, 0. So let's validate it. Okay, apply. Now the done quantity and demand quantity have become equal. Okay, now let's go back. You can see the create bill button has become active right now. Okay, so you can simply create a bill here by clicking on create bill. Okay, so this is the bill here. Okay, you can see the vendor details. The bill date has to be specified here. So I'm giving the bill date as 30. And here's the accounting date. Okay, the date on which this will reflect to the accounts. And here you have the payment reference. If you have any kind of payment references, you can specify it here. The recipient bank is given here. The payment terms, journal is also given here. Now on the order lines, which is the invoice lines, you can see the product which you have chosen. The quantity as well as the price can be seen here. Now let's confirm it. Clicking on confirm. Okay, after confirming it, you can see the button called register payment. So I'm clicking on register payment here. Okay, so if you click on register payment, you can directly do the payment. Okay, so here you have the, journal. Okay, you can choose whichever journal it belongs to. You have bank and cash here. The amount can be, edited from here. Okay, so you have the amount here, the payment date, the memo, okay, and the recipient bank account, and also you have the payment method, which is manual. So you have checks, SIPA, credit transfer, and also NACHA. Okay, so you can choose any one of these. So I'm just cancelling it. You have one more thing called the add credit note button. Okay, so after generating or confirming the bill, if you find any mistake in the generated invoice, okay, in such situations and all, you need to add credit note. We have more situations like if goods are returned to the vendor or if the received products are damaged, then we can generate the vendor credit note. Okay, so let's click on add credit note. Okay, so the credit note is being added. Now here you can see credit method. You have three methods which are like the partial refund, the full refund and new draft invoice. Okay, so partial refund means only the partial amount will be refunded. So the full amount to be refunded, you have to click on full refund, and full refund along with the new draft invoice. If you want such a thing, then you have to choose this. So I'm choosing here full refund, and you can specify the reason why the credit note is being generated. So I'll give like damage in products. Okay, damage in the product. And the reversal date, it can be of a specific date or journal entry date. So you can choose either. And then you have the use specific journal, what journal you have to use. And also you have the refund date. Now after specifying all of these, you can simply click on reverse. Okay, so I'm clicking on reverse here. Okay, so that's done. Now here you can see it shows paid. Okay, so here a bill is generated and then you have the reverse bill. Okay, the reversal of bill which is damage in product. Okay, this reverse bill is generated because there's a damage in the product. Okay, so here's the vendor credit note. Now let's go to the accounting module. So before that, you have to, remember the reference. So I'm going back to the accounting module. And inside the accounting module, you have accounting. So under accounting, you have the journal entries, the journal items. So let's click on journal entries. Okay, so under the journal entries, you can see the reverse bill which was created right now. So as you can see, the reference itself shows it's the bill. So if you want, you have filters here. Okay, so I'm choosing purchases. Okay, so that's the filter, purchases. So as you can see, this is the bill which was generated and this is the reversal bill. Okay, so you can see the reason which we have given for the bill, which is damage in product. So you can see both here under the journal entries, which is in the accounting menu. Okay, so you can filter it here under filters. So from here under the filters, you can differentiate it and, differentiate it based on the journals. Okay, you know the journal types, right? You have sales, purchase, bank, cash, and miscellaneous. So from here you can choose. So I've chosen purchases as it's the refund. Okay, so here you can see both the reverse bill and the bill which was generated. So this is how you add a credit note. We have one more method, which is under the vendors, you have refunds. Okay. So here also you can see the reverse bill. Okay. So all the refunds can be viewed here. This is the reverse bill, which we created right now. And if you want to create a new refund, click on new, add the vendor here. So I'll add some other vendor. So before adding the vendor, let's go to acoustic block screen and see the vendors under that product. So we'll use that same vendor here also. Let's go to purchase module, products, acoustic block screen, and here under purchase you have ready mat. Okay, so I'll use ready mat, accounting, vendor refunds. So I'm clicking on new here, adding ready mat, and let's add the product, which is acoustic block screen. Okay, so here we have the product, and you can see the prices automatically come. So I'm giving the bill date here. Okay, and confirming it. So that's done. Okay, so the bill, which is the reverse bill, is created right now. Okay, if you go back to refunds, you can see the reverse bill, which is generated right now. And if you just go to accounting, open journal entries, filter it based on purchases, you can see the reverse bill here. That is the refund which we created right now, can be seen here. So this is how the refund works. You can either create a refund directly from the vendors menu, which is in the accounting, or you can simply go to the purchase module and you can generate an RFQ, and from there you can add a credit note. So that will be reflected in the journal entries. It's all about the refunds and the credit notes. Thank you so much for watching. Hope it was helpful. See you in the next video.